I'm Sheri Henning with Glow Yoga in Livermore, California. I'm a 500-hour registered yoga teacher, and I want to bring a few tips today for Chaturanga, which for me tends to be one of the most complicated postures in a vinyasa practice that we can really work to refine and find a lot of ways to create safety and build strength as we're improving on this skill. So we're going to start today talking about one of the big things I see in the Chaturanga that is really challenging for my students is the idea of dumping into the shoulder girdle. So I'll demonstrate what that looks like for a moment. What I see as a teacher from my students is that they start to lose their plank and they're really dumping as they lower down. And it's almost like they're fighting their body to figure out how to get down. So what we want to do as we start to refine this is to think about the positioning of the shoulders. So if I have my hands forward here and I'm lowering down, this is the simple action that we're taking. My shoulders remain in a very neutral position. They don't crunch up. This is what I see when people are dumping, is this crunching action. But if we keep a really broad action across the collarbone, as we lower, it stays very neutral. So we could take this onto all fours. We're just starting to turn it in space. And I want to pull my elbow, the eyes of my elbow forward. So as I lower, the elbows start to hug in. And I'm pressing the earth away here, keeping those neutral shoulder blades. So we're not dumping as we've seen in the demonstration of how to do it incorrectly. We're pressing the earth away and keeping the neutral shoulder position. Then, with the elbows turned forward so that they can bend straight into the rib cage, we're lowering down to the earth and coming into the back bend. So again, we can practice this simply by pressing the earth away, almost as if we were going to come into a cat. Keep the sternum forward, bending the elbows to lower and straighten. And that could be a really great way to practice building strength, is to simply keep it here. When we start to become more proficient with this is when we can take it back up onto the hands and the feet. So continuing to press the earth away, keeping the neutral shoulders as we lower down through that Chaturanga. We also don't want to go so low where the shoulders come beyond the elbows. This starts to dump into the shoulder heads and can create some discomfort or some injury through the rotator cuff. So we bring ourselves onto those all fours, inner elbows forward, neutral shoulder position, and we're lowering to 90 before pressing into our back bend. So we're keeping a really safe position here for the shoulder head and finding functional movement through the Chaturanga. So I hope these tips help. Feel free to modify this as you're building strength. You will actually start to learn it a lot easier. You'll build strength a lot faster. So good luck, have fun with your practice, and I'll see you again.